Well, hey, my friend, the economy's crazy. Are you being tempted to lower your art prices just to make a sale? I'm going to tell you why that's not a great idea and give you a great solution here today on 5 Minute Mentoring. Hey, my friend, so glad that you are with me today. I was just answering a question inside of our mentoring program, Created to Thrive, all about, what do I do when the economy seems to be crazy and people are pushing back on price and that sort of thing? What should I do? Matt, should I lower my prices just to make a sale? Well, that's a big question. There are a lot of factors that go in that. One is, you're probably not in front of your best ideal client. And so that's a whole nother discussion that I love to teach on, and not a subject for today because I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. But suffice it to say, people with money always have money. You want to make sure that you're in front of your ideal client most of the time, so that money and the finance part of your selling your art, your prices, that's not the leading factor in people buying your work. If price is the leading factor, guaranteed you're in front of the wrong people. Now, that being said, when you are out there in your audience and you realize, hey, times are tight, people are concerned about the economy, maybe you're not selling in a luxury market, maybe you're at community craft shows, maybe you're at community art shows or smaller venues, you're just getting started and you're like, what do I do? I'm just selling to regular people, Matt. I need to, price is an issue for some of them. Here's what I would encourage you to do. Don't lower your prices per se, just create work at different price points. I always encourage you to have at least 3 price points, kind of in general, a low, medium, and high price point. The high pieces or the high price pieces are always going to be your larger, more exquisite pieces. They're always going to be those aspirational pieces that people are saving for, really wanting, going to anchor a room if they're, visual art for home decor purposes. So those are pieces that you always want to have there that are like, hey, this is the scope and scale of what I can do. Then you're going to have smaller pieces kind of in that medium range that may be not as big of a financial investment, but there's still a significant piece of your work. So we're talking about the difference between maybe a $2,000 or $3,000 painting, $5,000 painting, and maybe an $800 or $900 piece, all right, or a $700 piece, all right. So you got your big aspirational pieces, you got kind of your middle range, and then it's always good to have those smaller items. And by smaller items, I'm not saying that you got to give it away, but maybe it's in that $100 to $300, $100 to $400 range. That's a nice, easy range that somebody that is at an art show and they're like, hey, I like that piece. They don't have to think too much about paying that sort of price. Most people, if they're an art buyer and they're, into buying original purchases, if it's $100, $200, even up to $400, many people will be like, yeah, I love that. I'm going to grab it. It's not like a major purchase they got to call their spouse and get financing for and plan. And do we have enough room on the credit card? They're not thinking about those things. All right. So it's an easy purchase. So rather than taking down your prices all across the board, just have those different price points. That way, wherever somebody is on the budget scale, they can potentially have a great piece of your work. And listen, once somebody's a buyer, it's more likely that they're going to buy from you again and again and again. Listen, I love you, my friend. I hope that you are pricing your work the way it needs to be priced. If you've not, be sure to grab my book, How to Price Your Art. We've got a great book on that. It's available on Amazon right now that will absolutely help you price your art the way you need to be pricing it and understand all the factors there so that you can be making the money that you need to create that faithful income stream that God has for you as you pursue your art, full-time or part-time or whatever that looks for you in the season of life that you're in. I love you. Until next time, remember, you were created to thrive. Bye.